and then I make a series of videos about the book. So for this month I chose The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. It kind of seems like an obvious choice with the beginning of a new decade, people making New Year's resolutions. But if I were to think back just on the past decade, let's use, and think about books that have like truly impacted the way that I think and the way that I feel, this is it right here. So I kind of feel like everyone should read it. Unless you've been under a rock, you've probably heard of Marie Kondo. She has a show on Netflix. And then obviously it's kind of just common knowledge that she's the lady that gets rid of things that don't cause her joy. And there's memes. Insert fire meme here. So without further ado, let's get started. Like I said, I do love this book, so I strongly suggest that you either order it and read it. You can get it from the library. You can get it in an audiobook form if you prefer to listen to it. So part of the magic in this book is really just kind of the writing in it and how weird and quirky it is. So let's get started. I began by reading the intro. In this book, I have summed up how to put your space in order in a way that will change your life forever. Impossible? A common response and not surprising, considering that almost everyone has experienced a rebound effect at least once, if not multiple times, after tidying. Have you ever tidied madly only to find all too soon your home or workspace is cluttered again? If so, let me share with you the secret of success. Start by discarding, then organize your space thoroughly, completely, in one go. If you adopt this approach, the Konmari method, you'll never revert to clutter again. So she makes a number of what I'll call bold claims in this book, starting with the fact that if you do it this way, you'll never have to clean again. So let's see. In a nutshell, she has a process that you should follow and some like caveats. So start by discarding completely in one go. Start by throwing everything away that you don't want. Don't store anything until the process is complete. So discard, then store. Only choose the items that bring you joy and discard all the rest. So that's kind of her like claim to fame. Spark joy. Tidy by category, not by location. So instead of going room by room, let's say your bedroom, you start with your clothes only, then you move on to another category. Go until you hit your click point. So she says that this is like the magical point where you realize you have the exact right number of stuff that you're surrounded by that you love and it makes you happy, and you never go above that number of items. So I didn't hit that click point. That's why we're doing exactly as prescribed, and for other reasons I'll explain later. And then she says this is kind of like the claim of the book that I haven't really explored, but she says when you put your house in order, you put your affairs and past in order too, and in doing so, you will never revert to clutter again. So you must do it exactly the way she prescribes and follow the right order of categories. That's important, and then that's when you'll never ever, it's a one-time event. That's what she's saying, that you do it once, you do it the right way, and then you just end up at this place in your life where you're joyful. Okay, ready? So when I became a mom, basically this book was like my life. So I started to do it, and I did a lot of it. I really did a lot of it, and I kind of bring in the rubric of like, does it bring joy? Like I did hone my filter for that. However, I did not follow the order that she prescribes, and therefore I rebounded into clutter. Like stuff is just kind of slowly assimilated back into my life because I didn't reach that click point and I didn't complete the steps. So in the book, she says that when you get to the category of paper, you're supposed to throw everything away. And I got anxiety about that. And I couldn't even like really gather all the paper in my house because I do have some paper buildup to take care of. And it kind of it stalled the whole process because I just moved on to the other categories and I didn't really hit that click point. I put a bunch of stuff up in my attic that I never ended up sorting through, and I kind of ran out of speed. So I want to do it in the exact order that she prescribes, and I keep saying prescribes, but really, can we talk about, like, no one ever says this, but you have to do it in this exact order. You downplay the magic thing, but I'm pretty sure she's a witch, much in the same way that Mary Poppins is a witch. So if you don't follow her spell, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. You have to do it the right way. So maybe you don't believe in that. Maybe you don't think she's a witch. I'm pretty sure. Like I'm 100% sure. So if you don't do it the correct way, then you'll rebound into clutter. And it's like just not a good place to be, especially since I feel that what's really special about this book is that it does make you really happy. It does make you think about your stuff. It makes you grateful for the things you have. It kind of helps you pare down to what's essential and necessary and brings you joy. So it's different in that it's not really about getting rid of stuff or reaching a point where you're like a complete minimalist. That's actually not even necessary. It's coming to a point where you've gone through all your belongings and you're just completely surrounded by the things that you love. And she says again that it has like an effect on your life. So I'm curious to see what that effect is. Again, I just like the environment when it's not cluttered, and I like it feels like nice and calm and restful. And she does say that another thing is that she wants the house to be like a force of pure energy, and that it's like cleansed. She just crystals. I burn incense. I really want to do it again the way that she describes in this book, which we'll go over very specifically. If you want to do it again, that's not necessary. You can just go through your wardrobe, or you can hit a room that's been driving you crazy, and it does really help. The other thing that I'm not going to be doing, that I had to have kind of like a come to Jesus moment with, was that I'm not going to be doing my kids' stuff. I'm not going to be doing my husband's stuff, because as she says, that if you do it, then other people around you will be inspired to do it. So I'm hoping that you're inspired too. Again, I really want you to start by picking up a copy of this book or start listening to it. So before you go to your closet and start putting everything on your bed, I want you to come get this book.